In this video, we are going to become Roronoa Zoro inside of One Fruit. Now, there is a bunch of very good items in this game, and while this one might not be the best one in the game, it is the best one that I can get that won't take me like a million years to do. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Yoro V3 would take me like 1,000 years. I'm not even kidding. I'll get it later, trust me. I'll talk more about it in the actual video, but we are going to be getting Zoro's entire sword setup and also his outfits, which are all very good, as you're about to see. So if you haven't already and you do enjoy this video, please drop a quick like and subscribe. It is free and it does help out the channel. But let's go ahead and get started. I am looking quite distinguished, if I say so myself, but we have a ton of stuff to do in this video if we want to get this full setup for Zoro swords. And there is so many steps, including running a raid, fighting some bosses, getting a ton of kills, and just we're gonna need so much luck because some of these things have super low drop chances. But to actually get started with this, we do have to head over to C1. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is kind of absurd that I'm only buying this now, but if I head over to the starter island and talk to this NPC, I need to buy this one sword for 2,000 cash. Now, after I do that, it gives me the item, well, you know, katana. After I do that, head over to Buggy's Island and purchase this sword for another 50,000, which gives me dual katanas. So I have katana and dual katana. Then I've head back to the last island in C1. I think it's here. It might be somewhere else. Oh, my bad. It's over on Lear Island instead. I forgot. Mix the two up. Yeah, a normal player probably would have done this by now, but because I own Dark Blade since I started, I just didn't buy any swords. And here it is. If I go ahead and talk to this NPC, pay 250,000 for this, I now own the triple swords. Now, I don't need to use them at all. I just need to own them for our second step, which is to get the true 3-sword style. That's just the 3-sword style. We need the true version of it, which we can go do over in C2. All right, so once we get here, we need to head over to, I think it's Night Castle. Yeah, it is. Thriller Bark, it would be the One Piece name for it. And once you get over to this island, there is one specific boss we need to kill, which I will be AFKing overnight. I'm starting this super late. This is basically recorded at the end of last video, because I need to kill this enemy right here. He has 2.8 billion health, so he's not too tanky for when you're in 3rd C, but he has a few different drops we can get. Only one of which we need to get from him. The other thing we can get another way, but we can get the sword core from this guy, which is a 0.3% chance, which means it's a 0.6 for me. He also has a few other things he drops. Like if I go to this, he drops the Dragon Slayer scarf. He also drops the Dragon Slayer sword, but he also drops the 3rd true sword. Now, the 3rd true sword I really need if I want to finish this, but I can get it another way by running the Loro raid. There's a 0.6% chance in Loro raid. There's a 1% chance from this guy. But we should be able to get it from this, but if we don't, that is perfectly fine, because we still got to run the Loro raid a whole bunch, which I'll get into in a moment. I'll also get into how we get the other true swords in a moment too, but once we get to that step, I'll say how. But we're gonna AFK this while also raising my sword stat, because I want to try to get this as high as possible. We're only missing 15.5 thousand levels, which is not that many, which we won't get at max this video, but it should take roughly 13 hours for us to get max from where we're at right now. Of course, it would be less if I had boosts, but I do not have boosts. I could pay for boosts though, because honestly, this game's boosts are pretty cheap. Only 180 Robux for 3 hours. That'd be like 500 Robux in other games, but I don't need to do this. We're already super high up on the number. But yes, we're going to AFK this boss overnight, and we should hopefully get both drops we need, being the sword core and the 3rd true weapon. And okay, we ended up crashing at some point, but I just took myself to C3 right away because I did check, and we do have the items. If I type in sword core, we have it. I also, if I go ahead and type in, what was it? True, as you can see, we also got the sword. So we got both items, which is pretty good. We also got quite a bit of stats. We're only 6,000 away from max, which is good on our sword. So if we go ahead and talk to, now that we have the sword core, and if we go ahead and, I think it's this, press unleash and give him 195 million and the sword core, we can go ahead and make ourselves the true 3-sword style, which isn't too good. It's much weaker than the sword I'm using right now, but it's still pretty strong, especially for C2. But we're not gonna use it for too long. I'm gonna go ahead and equip it now though to give it some mastery, because there is one thing I have to do in a little bit. And I want to make sure I have my abilities for it. Pretty good abilities, though. This is going to be a really good sword style. Okay, there we go. We're maxed out. Okay, now that we have our 3 sword style, we're going to go ahead and go over to Dressrosa, Rose Kingdom. And once we get here, there is somewhere specific we want to go, and that's going to be the Flower Island with the tree on it. The sunflower one over here. And if we talk to this NPC right here, good old Zoro, Master True 3 sword style, we can evolve it here. So press accept. And if we go and talk to him again, his first step is to find him 3 different swords, which we do have. One of them we got from the boss in C2 that we just fought, and these other 2 we can get from fighting sea serpents. We can also technically get these in the Loro raid, all 3 of them, but it's a little lower % chance, and you know I already have them, so we don't need to get them that way. But once you get all 3 of those swords, we can go ahead and finish that step. I think it takes it from me too, right? Yeah, it took the swords from me. Now we need to get 500 enemy kills with this sword style specifically. So we have to use this one. Now, luckily for me, I think it was 2 videos ago, I found a very good way to get a lot of kills super fast. And that is going to require us to head over to Turtle Island. Okay, here we go. So if we head over to the Turtle Island, we can run this raid right here. This is the this is the V2 race thing with primordial keys. You get them from the sea serpents, just like the 2 swords that I already had at the beginning of the video. But this has a ton of enemies in this. Look at this. If I kill this wave, I'll have over 100 kills, which is a lot. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, we good? This round over? Oh, we have one more wave. Okay, good. 118 this time. We should be very close to being done. There we go. Okay, we get the required kills. Perfect. So we got over 500 kills from this one round. It's still going. My lord, this is a lot of rounds. Okay, we're just gonna use my devil fruit for the rest of this. It's like this attack right here is really good. That's so good. Okay, there we go. That's over. Let's head back over to Dressrosa. And we're back. Hello, Zoro. So now that we've done that, press the quest. Truly impressed. Now we have to go ahead and get him 20 of the Loro Essence. I'm just gonna go ahead and reset. And I also realized I'd have to wait for my hockey to come back, otherwise I'm really weak because this dungeon has quite a bit of health. Or this raid, I should say. I'll take this time, though, to explain something. So I get a lot of comments asking me for this game specifically to go for specific things like Yoru V3, Dragon, OP Fruit, stuff like that. All the stuff like, oh yeah, it's way better than I'm going for right now. But y'all have to realize, I wonder how many of the people that are commenting this are actually to the level of the game where you can go for it yourself. Because y'all have no idea how much health those things actually have. Like all 3 of those examples I listed, like the bosses are upwards, like at least the Yoru is, for example, like 170 trillion health. Around that range. It depends. Health's like change each time, slightly different. But that is a lot of damage. Even though I deal almost 2 trillion damage per burst, it would still take me a very, very long time to actually make my way through and kill these enemies even just once. And all of these require me to kill them like at minimum like 100 times, especially the Yoru. I'm not even gonna get into the quest step for that, but one of the steps is literally get like 350 essence. And the essence only has a 1% chance to drop 1 to 10 at a time. And every single time I do that, I have to deal like 100 trillion plus damage. So that's not really, you know, time-wise, that would take me a very long time. So instead of spending like 1,000 hours killing a boss to get the drops, I'd rather spend like a bunch of hours getting better drops, like this sword, for example, even though it's weaker than True Yoru, much stronger than I'm using right now. But I can actually get it in a reasonable amount of time instead of spending like 1 billion hours using weak stuff. Because I'd rather get this sword and deal like 10 trillion per combo to farm it than use what I'm using right now and farm it. Same goes for Dragon. Like the Dragon boss has 100 to 120 trillion health, and I need to fight it at minimum, if I have like maximum amount of luck, like 80 times at minimum. And that's if I get super lucky. So that's why I'm going for this stuff first, because it's way, way, way easier. It's within my realm of damage, and it'll make me getting that stuff easier. So I will get that stuff soon. We're progressing through the game instead of just rushing for the best item. If you play Minecraft, it's like making a diamond tool before you make netherite. And even iron before that. Right now, I'm working on my iron gear. But let's go ahead. I finally have hockey, so let's go fight the Loro boss. There's no challenge for it. I don't think I've ever seen a Loro boss raid boost. This should be fun. I've never run this. I also realized I probably could have gone in. I was thinking it reset my game. I'm dumb. That takes me to a different place. I'm big dumb. Ooh. Okay, we're in an interesting place. Here's the boss. Hello, Loro. Yeah, here you go. 2.3 trillion. So we should be able to kill him in like one combo with all of our attacks. Let's see. Did we get it? Ooh. Okay. Yes, it's gonna take a bit more. Oh, yeah, actually, he got me through my hockey. That's not good. Come on, die before I die. Yeah, see, this guy has quite a bit of health. That's why I can't go for like the 100 trillion bosses yet, because this one only has 2, and he takes a bit. But we have a 4% chance to get an essence, and we need to get 20 of them in this raid. We should hopefully get them pretty fast. Hello, Zoro. How you do? His name's Loro, sorry. And this one has a little bit different health amount, but it's still roughly the exact same amount. Look at that, not too bad. 1.77 in one combo. And totally working through it. It's also very nice to have a lot of health for this. No drop. There is also a few other drops in here, which you can only get from this raid, which is basically just Zoro's outfit, which I would like to also get. Okay, nothing again. Nothing again. I hope I get one because I have 77 more. We might go get a luck boost because it's an 8% because I have ×2 already from the Game Pass. 16% sounds better though. We might go buy it. Okay, nothing again. Okay, nothing. Still nothing. 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 Still nothing. Nothing. My luck is not existing. Nothing. 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 Still nothing. This is being very unlucky. My luck is bad. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, there we go. We got 4. Finally. Okay, we need 16 more. And we have 59 more raises to go. I also want to get the accessories. Hopefully we get them. They're supposed to be an 8% chance normally, so I don't know how I haven't gotten them yet. Nothing. And there's another 2. Another 4. Okay. Halfway there. Nothing. Oh, what the heck? I already have that. That was one of the true weapons. That's very lucky, but unlucky because I don't want it. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's one item. The bandana. Now we just need the clothing. And also, more essence. We only have 10. We're halfway. Nothing. 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 The other sword. Okay. Interesting. Nothing. 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 Ooh, another 4. Okay. More to go. And there we go. The clothes. Awesome. Okay. That we just need. If I type in Loro. Yeah, we just need 6 essence. We have 41 more to go. I hope we get it before my luck boost runs out because I don't want to pay for another one. Nothing. And another 2. Okay. Progress. 4 more to go. Nothing. 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 And there we go. 4. That gives me a total of 20. Awesome. We spent about, let's say, third. I don't remember how many I had. Let's say we sent like 40 fragments to get all the items. We even managed to get 2 of the swords. They got everything but 1 drop that was necessary for this entire process. Awesome. So now if we go ahead and talk to Zoro again, give him the 20 essence, and then we have to pay him 10 billion. There we go. Now we have it. Type in, yeah, there we go. Mastered True 3-sword style. This thing is supposed to be incredibly powerful. Look at that. We've got 3 swords. Awesome. If I go ahead and I can't max it out because I don't have enough medals, but I can upgrade this. I'll upgrade his damage as much as possible. Yeah, see, I can't afford the last upgrade. So it's a little bit weaker. It's only like 0.02 weaker, so it's fine. Also upgrade the attack speed all the way up until this because I don't want to spend medals on that. It doesn't affect anything with the M1s. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's go compare damages. Actually, let's get mastery on this thing first because it's not hard to get mastery with the stuff in the sea. We have to get a bunch of levels, but these are very wide-ranged abilities. My lord. This sword also does have a buff on the F ability that increases the damage on the sword itself by 50%, and it boosts everything else by 10%. So it'll probably be weaker right now than if I used my cursed weapon with my fruit because it boosts my fruit by 55%, but it will be better when I change fruits, which I plan to change pretty soon. Also, I just realized they activated the weekend boost for double drops. That would have been nice earlier. I don't know when it activated, but I have it now. But my current best setup right now is it's a little weird. I have 2 best setups. If I use the Darko clothes, which is Marco's outfit, I deal 1.93 trillion with my full combo that I use right now. But if I use Salami's clothes, which gives overall damage instead of just fruit, I deal 1.92, but there's also critting in this game a little bit. So crits could be happening and changing the amount. So both setups are good, so I'm not entirely sure which one's better. I'd have to do a bunch of testing on the same set over and over again to get the average damage. But 1.93 trillion is my current best damage. I want to see if this sword, which as you can see is way better than even the boosted corrupted. I want to see if it's better as the full setup. And we'll just go ahead and just use fruit boost stats on it for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and test out this sword. We're going to be using, let's actually demonic aura, so that way we have the full setup. Yeah, so this sword is way, way better than the sword we were using before, as you can see from these stats. But let's see if it makes up for it with the fact that we don't have our fruit being boosted by like 50%. So let's use it by itself first. Everything but the F ability. Bam, all of these, and we deal quite a bit. Look at that, 642 billion on its own. That is really, really good. It's also without any stat boosts for it because we're fully set up for fruit as if we were doing our most damage normally. Let's go ahead. Let's do a different enemy because he's kind of low now. Let's do the full combo. Oh, that was also without demon legs. Okay, let's use demon legs. And let's use this entire combo. All three things. It's going to be 1.93 trillion damage with this setup. This, all of these. And then go ahead and use all my sword attacks. Please don't kill this thing. If this thing dies, because it probably is, a little bit less. 1.86 trillion. I probably missed an attack. Yeah, no, so this, using this sword alongside Quake is a little bit weaker than if I used the Corrupted, just because of the massive amount of buff on the sword for Quake, because it gives 55% more damage than my fruit, which is already pretty powerful. Let's go ahead and test the individual damage. So if we use this, all the attacks on this sword, 700 billion. But if instead I use the Corrupted by itself, as you can see, not nearly as much damage. It is much weaker by itself. So yeah, we're gonna be using this sword for sure as soon as we get a new fruit, because as of right now, we have a little bit more damage with this. But once we get a new fruit, we're definitely gonna use this. But I do want to test one more thing, actually. This with our best sword boost, which is gonna be the Loro set. And the best cape is a Raven Wing cloak, which I don't think I can get. But if we just wear these two items, and we'll take off our Thunder God, we get this buff, 55% sword damage. I do not know what cape I would use. Yes, and you give 10%, so we'll equip you until we get something better. Okay, we also get a 30% PvE bonus. So that's a pretty big bonus overall too. It looks like nothing else better, so we'll use this for now. I'll try to figure out what my best back item would be. But just to bully buff up our sword with all the buffs and the max amount of sword damage we can give it, we can have this thing deal... Wow, this thing alone dealt over 1.2 trillion before my hockey went away. It actually killed that boss. Okay, let's rejoin. This is actually kind of insane how much damage that dealt. Let's see. Okay, that damage was insane. Let's test this again. Just spam all of these, and wow. Okay, 1.45 trillion. What if we use everything else alongside it? This might actually, yeah, this is more damage than what I was doing. Oh my lord. Yeah, no, this is actually, yeah, 2.34 trillion. Or 2.35, and I don't have, this was reset. Do this with additional, plus an additional 242 billion, I mean. And this is dealing like 2.5 trillion damage if I use this combo instead. Oh my lord, yes, that's way better. Okay, yeah, so this is gonna be our setup. It can even be a little bit stronger too, because I still don't have maxed out sword stats. I'm still 5,000 off, which I'll get tonight. And I can definitely have a much better accessory for this slot. My back item. I don't have anything better than this right now. I need to get something better. But yes, please. That is really, really good. We're actually a sword main, and we just happen to use a fruit because we do more damage. Yeah, we are gonna use this. Never mind. This is better than if I was using Corrupted and Quake together. So now what we got to do is just get a better fruit, because this fruit is actually weaker, I'm pretty sure, than Soul. It's only better if I was using the weapon. But I do have a fruit I want to use, which we'll go ahead and try to get soon. That damage was very surprising. This sword was definitely worth getting. And even though I basically just replaced the weapon I spent a while getting, I do not regret grinding for Quake and Corrupted. That was worth getting because it made this so much easier. Well, on to the next grind. Let's do it.